Hello guys, welcome everybody. Today we'll be talking about the new tanks coming out in the holiday ops Christmas boxes for 2023. So we have 5 tanks coming out this year. The 4 new tanks I would say, and the last one is the GSOR, which is something came out before, this. I'll put a separate video about the GSOR because we already have one. But let's talk about the new 4 tanks we have. We're gonna start with Tiger Mouse. We have 2 tier 9s Bream tanks and we have 2 tier 8s. So the Tiger Mouse, the Object 752 is another tier 9, and we have tier 8s with Type 63, XM66, and as you know with GSOR, that's we already played it before. However, let's get started with Tiger Mouse because we have very interesting stats for these tanks, and armor, mobility, gun depression. Everything is different. There's good, there's bad, there's you judge. Tiger Mouse is pretty much if you would like to play, I wouldn't say a better mouse, but at some point you will feel it's better to play with a mouse, but with less HP for sure for its tier. The Tiger Mouse, it has a 300 turret armor, that is a better turret armor than the mouse itself. As you know, the mouse has around 280, I think. If it's not 260, I can't remember if it's 260. Probably it's 260. However, the whole armor is 200. This tank it looks pretty cool, at brawling, side scraping, and all that. Again, it's still what's make it better than mouse for me is, I wouldn't say better than mouse, but I would say it's more comfortable to play than mouse. It's just because of the alpha. The alpha has 530 beer shot. Well, the mouse it still have better DPM or better reload time with less alpha, but I would say this is just interesting to see because it looks like a E100 and something like mouse. I don't know. It's mixed between two. If we look at the mouse over here, it still has slightly better DPM, but as you see, yeah, I was right. 260, turret armor. So the turret on that one, it's stronger than the mouse itself. I think the gun on the mouse is still better, more reliable, I would say, and more accurate, but again, it's 2 different decals. We cannot judge like this, all the time, and different tier as well. So the aim time on this tank is way more than the mouse also. So yeah, we're gonna take this tank, we're gonna field mode it, we're gonna put all train. That's what I do usually on most of my tanks. I'm gonna put aiming circle size, and we're gonna go in and put the range. Now, as you know, this is almost something we do on every single tank. Sorry. Alright, so let's take this tank and enjoy it and see how to perform. Before we hop into a battlefield, we would like to mention that I'm gonna take just normal heavy setup, hardening turbo armor. Well, as you see, I put bond equipment, I get it, but it will make the tank perform better for sure. There's something that is I wanted to mention about this is, even if you play with stock, is not that a huge difference. I know there a lot of time maybe could be a huge difference, but I always carry directive armor even if I have stock armor over here. However, this tank, there's one thing I liked about it the most. It's the reverse speed. The reverse speed comes in with a 20. Well, absolutely with turbo you have on, right? But the reverse speed is 20. I mean, in a super heavy tank and you have 20 reverse speed, you kind of can, this is so good, So let's take it to the battlefield and check out how this tank will perform. Alright, we got Outpost map and we are playing the Tiger Mouse. We are going against the turret to brawl the enemy heavies. As you see, we are in top tier matchmaking and we just, this thing is like pretty straight up like type of gameplay. You always just going in and going to brawl the heavy line. It's not, there's no other thing you can do, right? Now I forgot to mention as well, this tank comes in with like around 311 APCR pen with a decent shell velocity, 1150. The AP round, it comes in with 920 shell velocity and less pen, which is 246 pen with the AP. That means it's still decent. I wouldn't say decent pen, but it would do okay for top tier matchmakings. However, my only issue about World Gaming is releasing a new tanks always every year, but some of them require you to shoot the Brim rounds, if you know what I mean, because they come in with a low standard ammo pen. I mean, would be great if they release stuff with decent standard ammo pen. That way it will make sense. A Brim tank, you know, because there's a reason we play Brim tank. We play them mostly for credits, right? So yeah. 'Tank is pretty strong alpha damage. You can, it's going to go, it's gonna roll almost to 600, and this is what's make me love tanks like this. I mean, if you enjoy playing super heavies or enjoy mouse gameplay or something, might as well just play the Tiger Mouse. It's even probably better to play for its tier, you know? Also, you have a better turret than the mouse as well. $5.1k damage, not too bad. I'll take it anytime for a tank like this with this type of reload time. But again, the alphas kinda help, so it looks decent. It looks decent. Do I like it? Yes, I do. Do I enjoy playing it? I would definitely do, because once we enjoy the mouse, why wouldn't we enjoy the Tiger Mouse, right? Let's go with number 2 tank, the Type 63. It's a new tank that almost everybody was waiting for to see how this tank gameplay works, blah blah blah. But it comes in with a new, it comes in with a mechanic, the suspension mechanic. This suspension mechanic, it's pretty similar for tanks like STB and so on, so on. You know these type of mechanic. Sure, but this time it came in on a heavy tank. Which heavy tank? The Type 63 is the Japanese tier 8 Brim, that it has a really nice mobility, I would say, for a heavy tank. It's really looks, you know, it looks decent mobility. 46 with turbo, definitely 19 reverse speed, engine power not too bad, close to 1000. However, the armor on this tank you don't want to rely on a lot, because it comes in with a turret armor like 175, and the whole is just, let's say, paper. I wouldn't say paper, but still. Now, the way you play this tank is pretty much you're gonna use your turret armor consistently, no matter what. Why? Because you have 14 gun depression. It comes in with 14 gun depression. So, I mean, plus suspension, like mechanic has. So you don't have to really expose the entire tank. Just use your turret and that's all. Now, turret is not as strong as you expect, but the way you're supposed to play this tank, pretty much like, I wouldn't say a heavy tank. It's still a heavy tank, but kinda, you know, when you play it, you will feel like it's a medium tank type of mobility it has, which is a popular thing we have in War of Tanks nowadays. Most heavies comes in with like, you know, good mobility. It feels like you don't need to play medium, you just can't play the heavy, right? If it's especially it has mobility as a medium tank mobility. However, the reload time of this tank comes in with 816 with a setup that I have, because I do have the vents on it. The reason why I have the vents on it is because it doesn't have the greatest DPM. Now, one of the reasons it doesn't have the greatest DPM, because not only the reload time, it's just because of the alpha damage. The alpha damage on this tank comes from 320. Well, I was expecting this tank will be like 360, but you never know. Maybe Wargaming change something in the future. I don't know. Maybe, you know. But 320 is kind of feels too low for me. But I would say 360 would be ideal. I mean, why not? But I guess they wanted 320. However, we're gonna take this tank to a battlefield and see how it performs. We're gonna field mode it with the same popular field modes. We're just gonna pick these ones, and I'm gonna put turbo because I need this tank to go as fast as possible, and I don't like to be slow. I'm gonna take the advance, not the V-stab, just because I would like to see how the tank works. So at the V-stab, because the gun seems accurate, aiming time is 1.82, dispersion is not that bad, but it just, the dispersion part, it just get me more interested into it, because 0.32 plus 0.24, I mean, you know, at 100 meter, it's get better dispersion. Anyway, we're gonna take it to a battlefield and have a look on how this tank perform. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention also is dispersion. It has different dispersion in every vehicles. As you see, the 0 to 32. Sorry, it's not about 100 meters. It's all about the first one. 0.32. It's when the gun when the gun heated. You know, the improved one, the value is 0.24. It's for the cooled gun, when the gun is cool still. You will hear a sound during the game. When you're playing, you'll hear a sound and you will notice what I'm talking about. I'll see you in the battlefield with this tank. Let's check it out. I see we got Malinovka and in tier 10 matchmaking, so we're gonna take this tank and go and play the hill like usually we do. The tank seems really cool. I do like the mobility of it. It's not bad. The gun accuracy is as well, it's not that bad. That's one of the reasons I didn't carry V-stab, because I would like to see the the gun accuracy how it perform with V-stab. However, the heat run of this tank comes in with 290 penetration. That is 950 shell velocity. I wish it was 1000, but it's a heat run, so you don't see it always fast. The AP run thought it comes in with a shell velocity 1150, and that is something I would like to see, because I'd like shell velocity, you know, to be on AP that fast as well. But the pen is 230, so pretty much in top tier matchmaking, I think you'd be okay with 230. But again, as usual, I wish if it was just higher a little bit, because you know we don't like to be forced to shoot Briam ammo in Briam tanks, because there's a reason why we play them. We would like to make some credits, grinding and all that. But anyway, hopefully Wargaming somehow try to do something like this in the future. You never know. Some Briam tanks comes in with decent standard ammo. Actually, some Briam tanks we have. I'm pretty sure we do, but yeah, hopefully all do too. It seems pretty balanced. We just wanted to balance it more and more, so they didn't want it to be a powered creep or overpowered type of tank. Aka shifting performance, you know. Now right here, I want you to listen, hear the sound of the gun at this moment. It's pretty interesting. I'm not sure if you heard it, but I definitely heard something like it's make a slightly noise. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if it's like the dispersion changing because the gun getting heated and getting cold again. I'm not 100% sure, but I've definitely heard something about, you know, especially after firing. Like, however, it does have something like this, as it says. Look, do you hear the sound? I do hear it. No idea if it's actually just like is it a glitch? I'm not sure if it's a glitch over my reload time or something, or loading the shell. It glitched the sounds of it. It's definitely, I'm hearing it multiple times. It's pretty decent. The tank seems like very balanced as well. As I see, like I'm moving not slow. It has decent. It has decent mobility for a heavy tank. With turbo, definitely turbo recommended on this tank because you don't want to be slow on tanks doesn't have much armor. Let's say, right? And here is it, 4.2k damage, 3.3 almost, not too bad. Pretty cool. I mean, it seems it's a decent balanced tank. I mean, I wouldn't say it's not anything too crazy about it, honestly. It just like, I would treat it just like any other premium tank pretty much. But you know, having 14 gun depression into a positions like Lickfield E1 position behind the rock and all that, it could change a lot with it. But yeah, again, remember, do not rely on the turret armor. I mean, 175 with some specific angles. It could be interesting, you know, to bounce shell still. But yeah, I wouldn't rely much on it, but it's still okay against tier 8 tanks. The armor will work. I mean, turret armor will work. Let's move on to the next tank. Before we move on to the third tank, I would like just to mention a small little thing about this Type 63 is if you ever see it in front of you and you're playing behind it, just remember there's a little spot or space between the turret and the hull. The enemy might actually be ready just to shoot you through this, you know, if you are playing behind your teammate, whoever have the Type 63. So just keep in your mind. Just keep in your mind. Alright, let's move on to the third tank, and it's the XM66F. This is the American tank destroyer. The new one. I know it looks like a cheeseburger, but however, let's go through it. What's attracted me about this tank is, don't worry, I'm not looking at that. Okay, the gun, the accuracy, gun DPM. It's insane. I would just say how accurate this gun. 400 alpha this tank comes with, 7-second reload time without even vents. If you put vents on, probably go down to 6 points. I don't know, 9 maybe? I never tried it actually. We could actually just try it out. Now the reason I'm taking improved aiming unit, I'll tell you later. But if we put vents on, what would change? What would change? Yeah, I was right. 6.9 DP. I mean, reload time. DPM increase up. However, we're not gonna do this because there's a reason I have improved aiming unit, and I don't think so. It does really make any difference. But for me, is the dispersion of this tank, you know. So I'm gonna keep improved aiming unit just for now. Aiming time is 1.8. It's pretty cool. It looks nice. The gun depression, it comes with 10 gun depression. I know you will look at it and be like, how this thing comes with 10 gun depression? Yeah, it does. The armor on this tank is 230 on the turret armor. So this turret armor is 230. I gotta tell you, there's a weak spot. Gunman tool probably is not probably. It has to be, because you'll see later. The cupola's weak spot. It might be not hard to hit, but definitely looking at this turret might be here all penable by anything like special high caliber guns who has like more than 230 pen. Yeah, the turret doesn't turn fully. There's a limit, so it's not a fully turret turning. And also you cannot, I don't know, I mean, skyscraper about this tank, I'm not sure, we'll find out. Top speed comes in 41 forward speed, and again I'm have turbo on. Reason why, because I would like to see what this tank can do if you play it as a heavy, because I don't think so sniping with this tank is a big thing. That's not how you play it. I think it's going to be played like a heavy. From the design and look at it, we're not sniping with this tank, we're playing it like and treating it like a heavy tank. So we're gonna go 41 speed, 19 reverse speed. I mean, all these tanks comes in with decent reverse speed. Like starting with Tiger, Mouse Tiger, it has probably the best reverse speed. Yeah, the Tiger has the best reverse speed somehow. Anyway, and even heavier, more super heavy than these tanks. We're gonna take it to the battlefield. Before we do that, I have this setup: turbo, rammer, input aiming unit. Now you don't have to put bones; you can put stock equipment as well. All preference. I'm gonna take this, like usually I do. I'm gonna take the aiming circle size, and we're gonna take some range. All right, let's take it to the battlefield and check how this tank performs. Now, before we go, it comes in with the APCR round. Really fast APCR round is like 1240. I mean, it just with higher pen for sure, 276. But the AP is not bad. The AP round comes in with 1000, is not really bad. It's really nice to see an AP shell come with 1000 shell velocity. The pen is less thought, but yeah, since we have fast reload time, I think we're gonna carry some AP rounds with us. Why not? Let's go and check it out how it works in the battlefield. Alright, we got a Glacier map and we got top tier matchmaking. Pretty cool. We're gonna go in and play the heavy line and just treat it like it's a heavy and never tank destroyer. The reason why with 230 armor on the turret. I mean, if you look at the tank, the entire turret is on the tank itself. You know? I mean, the tank, all of it almost full turret, you know, if you look at it. But yeah, I mean, there's a lower plate, I get it, but the turret is like the biggest thing in the tanks, pretty much. It's almost, I mean, yeah, look at it. However, we're just gonna go in and play with that. I love this gun accuracy. It's just pretty cool. I mean, with 400 alpha, guys, 400 alpha in a tier 8 plus this type of accuracy, this gun is just beautiful. I mean, it's really cool. If you look at it from behind, it looks like almost a mini E3, but it's not really E3 for sure. Like looking at it from the behind, it seems like you'd be like, oh, this is an E3 with turrets, you know. But yeah, it's not really. But it just, I look at it from behind, it looks like that. I wouldn't ever treat it like an E3, no way. Ah, barbecue on the E5, pretty nice. Another barbecue? Nah, never mind. Playing this tank with your turret the entire time I'm playing Hold On, I think is the most, or the best thing to do, I would say. But yeah, side scraping sometimes, I don't think so it's possible, but it's still, if you have no choice, you might need to go for it. As you see, the turret cannot turn fully, so you have to turn the entire tank with it, so yeah. Pretty, you know, it's not something. Let's see if we can side scrape here. We did kinda. We did. But again, the enemy shooting standard ammo, so. Look at this alpha, just look. If you roll more than 400 at tier 8, it's pretty nice. That was a high roll for sure. Insane DPM, insane reload time, 400 alpha. It looks so beautiful, right? But yeah, anything else is kinda 50-50 would be. The most thing I like about this thing is really the gun itself. Fourth theory roll. Another one. We decide to just go in and push because 1 minute left on the battle and it looks like it's gonna be a draw. So let's see if we can get more damage if possible. Oh, surprise! Surprise! He bounced us with an AP round, by the way, which is his Abrium round. Oops, we bounced a shell from the side. That was kind of lucky. Yeah. This is a very armored cheeseburger. We just bounced an SU shell from the side for... Yeah, well. I guess that was a lucky one. Well, over here. Big possibility we can actually manage to finish him too. It seems like it because we have better load time, better DPM than it, so we'll be loading before that. Plus he's a stunt, so his load is really long. I'll have him. Oh well, 6.7, well, almost 6.8k damage. Looks nice. And we got this, yeah. Pretty decent game, I would say. Pretty decent game, very nice, high caliber. What do I think about this thing? I mean, besides like how it looks like and the design, the gun is amazing. I like it. I enjoy the gun so much. The way to be played is pretty much you play it like a heavy if you are playing against top tier matchmaking, such as tier 8s, even tier 9s maybe. But if you are getting in tier 10 matchmakings, you just need to play it a little bit more passive. But I don't think so really you can just sit in the back and camp this tank and snipe. But you can have a type of passive positions where you just not go forward to brawl, just like I did in this battle. But yeah, let's move on to the fourth tank. So far, not too bad. So far, good. All the 3 tanks we just reviewed, it's decent. Not that crazy, not that bad as well. So yeah, they are balanced. So far, everything looks balanced. Let's move on to the last over 4th tank. Alright, the 4th tank is the Object 752. The reason I put it the 4th because, yeah, you might hear we have some type of things where a lot of people might hate, some people might like. But this tank is a heavy Russian tank, comes in as an autoloader. When I say an autoloader, it comes in with 3 shells and the load time of it is 30.52 seconds. So, yeah, the interclip is 3.2 interclip between shells. The alpha damage 390, 30-second reload time for the entire clip. You have gun depression 8, not too bad. The aim time is way long, I would say 3.05. Dispersion is 0.35. One of the reasons I have improved aim unit for now. The DPM on it is really just not the greatest. I mean, why you care about DPM when you're an autoloader, right? They say, yeah. So let's ignore it as well. But we just cannot ignore the fact this gun aim time is 3 minutes. Sorry, 3 seconds. 3 minutes. Well, it's 3 AM in the morning, guys, and we're doing this VOD. Anyway, 330 turret armor. This tank comes in with 330 turret armor. You'd be like, oh wow, another tank with a crazy turret armor. It's wow, overpowered, insane, broken. Relax, chill out. Don't be a half animal. There's a cupolas in this tank that is so easy to hit and pin. Look at him. 1, 2. But there is a trick about this tank is when you are playing it and you will see it in the battlefield is you can elevate your gun up and these cupolas will get dragged down like here, and that's how the only chance to hide them, let's say, right? But the 330 turret armor is all around here. Anyway, 195 the whole armor, the front, which is with specific angles can go up to 200. The speed of it is really like this tank is slower than any other tank that we just played earlier, I would say. It comes with 41 top speed. Reverse speed is 16, which is the slowest reverse speed between all ever tanks, the ever 3. Yeah, I mean, I'm a plate with turbo, improved aiming unit, and D-stab, just because of this gun is not, you know, it's remind me of a 116 F3 almost moment. It's the same thing, 3 shells, 30-second reload time. Gun could be big troll as well. So we're gonna take this setup. I'm gonna take full APCR. The APCR shell velocity is decent as always. All APCR is almost decent. 310 penetration. AP round, I don't know, man. AP round seems like an autoloaded like this and type of gun like that. I wouldn't shoot even AP at all, if you think about it. However, we're gonna take film mods in this tank, and we're gonna go and just rock and roll into the battlefield and see how it's gonna perform. It's very interesting. It's really interesting to see because heavy tanks, autoloaders, and I'm tired of autoloaders. Now we can improve the reverse speed of this and make it go up. What we got now, reverse speed? 18, from 16 to 18. Alright, let's go and take it to the battlefield. Alright, we are top tier matchmaking. We're just gonna go like any other normal heavy tank and we're going to brawl the entire heavy line. Alright, well, that was not fully aimed. That as well, not full aimed, which is all good, all fine. Now we are on reload for 30 seconds for the whole entire 3 clips. And remember, 3.2 seconds between shells. So every time you fire, you have to wait 3.2 seconds, which is that's the interclip between shells. And we are fully loaded. Boom! Somebody lost his head. Alright, time to finish these close ones. Beautiful clean clip. Our first clean clip. The tank looks weird. I mean, it's a heavy tank, but it really looks weird. It feels like it's a medium tank. When you look at it, it feels like this tank is a medium. The design of it and the look at it, even the turret is like, look at a little small turret. It feels like it's just a medium, not a heavy. These type of designs trick people, you know? Thinking this tank is a heavy, meanwhile it's a medium. This tank is a medium, meanwhile it's a heavy, you know? Things like that. Alright, we're gonna push it and put these 2 shells on the T-30 since our BZ is pushing him and taking the hit for us. Pretty nice. I wish if this gun was like 400 alpha as well. Just like the... what do I call it? The XM66? The destroyer of American destroyer, the other one we just reviewed earlier. But yeah, we're doing the boost here. We can't go and finish this game off. Gun aim time 3 seconds. Oh, oops, that didn't hit. Okay, I mean didn't pen. Yeah, well, it's hard to hit shots like this with type of guns like this. This is very familiar, right? We have 1 connected, 2. Can we get the 3rd? Can we get the 3rd? Come on, aim time. Come on already. Never mind. That was a hard shot really to do. I mean, again, the gun is not that reliable as you think, but yeah. It's an autoloader, close combat tank, so... Since the battle is over, we're gonna keep this last shell to put on a target before the battle ended. We have a Cobra, come on, poke it, peek it, or never mind. Alright, that was a surprise. Actually, that shot connected. Nice, not too bad. 4.5k damage, but it wasn't as easy as I thought, but yeah. East tank here, 4.5k damage. I mean, it wasn't really easy to do this type of damage, to be honest with you. Like, you have to connect every shot and pen every shot in this type of tanks, especially auto-loaders and 30-second reload time, right? If you bounce almost the whole clip, that's what will ruin the entire game. Anyway, do I like it? I think this tank will be the least, like, probably outplay the rest of the tanks more than this tank. I don't know, I'm not always into tanks like this, but it doesn't look terrible, but it's not the greatest as well. I mean, it still has 3 shots, you know, 390 alpha. That's like a whole clip, what? Around like 1,200 or less, 1,100 damage beard clip, something like that. Anyway, the GSOR, guys, the last tank, the GSR 1010. With this tank is not something new. This came out just now. This tank is which came out before. I have a VOD about it. I'm gonna leave it after on top of this screen. I mean, after the end of this VOD, if you'd like to check it out, we have a separated VOD for it. Anyway, I hope so you enjoyed. This is all what you need to know about all these new tanks in this game from the Holiday Ops 2023. Peace out, and hopefully everyone enjoy their holiday.